Hey Billy, are you tired of playing at home? Do you want to play in front of actual people? Do you want to unlock the secrets of playing outside of your lounge room or bedroom? If the answer is yes, then Woodshedding is for you. If you want to find out more, call 1-800-WOODSHED. That's 1-800-WOODSHED. Wanting woodshedding may actually involve some practice. Hi guys, this is Shane. I hope you liked that intro clip. I thought I'd mix things up and hopefully make it somewhat amusing and relevant to the topic that I'm about to speak about now for the next few minutes. So I hope you get some value out of this. If you do like this video, don't forget, please give it a thumbs up. I absolutely appreciate that. So today's topic was suggested to me in a comment, and it was basically, how do I go from playing at home to playing out live? What's the transition phase there? So the first place to start is just hone your craft. And what this essentially means is push yourself to learn as much as you can. Listen to all the CDs that inspired you to play guitar in the first place. I don't care what genre of music you're playing. Just block yourself away for a certain period of time a day and try to work stuff out. Only listen to the stuff that inspires you to want to play guitar. Don't listen to anything else. Don't put any other distractions on. Lock yourself in a room with a CD player or awesome YouTube videos or whatever, and just practice to the CD. The first thing I should point out is to practice with intention. And you might be going, well, what does this mean? So say I've got a blues CD on, something that I'm listening to, I'll play through the whole album just playing chords. I'll pick a chord, I'll pick 2 chords, 3 chords, and I'll make stuff fit with what's going on. The reason I'll choose to do that as opposed to just noodling all over it is because in a real world situation where you're going out and jamming at a jam night, or if you're in a band or something like that, you have to play obviously with other musicians. So try to find stuff that complements what you're listening to without overcrowding it. In terms of lead guitar, pick some licks that you really love and try and work them out. Play them so that they're basically an unconscious lick. They're like muscle memory in your hand. To get it to that point, all you need to do is just play them over and over and over again. Don't learn more than 1 or 2 licks at any one time. Focus on those 2 and get them under your fingers. And that's a really great way of getting the dexterity going in your hand. I know a lot of people already will be saying, oh, you shouldn't really learn licks, you should play stuff, but learning licks is essential in my opinion because it will help you connect the sounds to your hands and vice versa. So pick some licks, pick the ones that you think you want to learn and try and break them down the best you can and just focus on those. Practice those with intention. Put on the same album, play that lick or 2 licks over every song, make it fit, and you'll find the faster or the slower the song, the more you have to adjust the lick. Don't play the lick the same speed over everything. Listen to what the drums are doing, listen to where the bass is, and play them in context to the song. Don't just play them at one particular speed. This is one thing that shoots a lot of people in the foot. They'll learn a lick a particular way, you get them in a jam situation, they can't play it, and they'll go, oh, I learned that lick, I can't get it to work, because you didn't actually practice it over different tempos and feels. If it's a blues thing or a jazz thing, play it over a faster shuffle, play it over a slow shuffle, play it over a slow blues or whatever you choose to, or a chunker. Make it fit, make it work, and have it in your hands so you don't even have to think twice about it. So you can just unleash it without even having to look at your hand. That's when you know you're on the right path. Another thing to be aware of when you're woodshedding, especially with lead stuff, is to leave some space. Listen to what's going on. Don't solo over the vocals. This will actually teach you some self-control. There's a lot of guys that will go to jam nights and they'll just solo over or between everything. And it's really, really bad. No one wants to hear that. The singer doesn't want to hear that. If I've got someone on stage with me and they're soloing over when I'm singing or soloing over when I'm doing something, I'll generally look at them and ask them to stop. There's a lot of people out there that are a whole lot more harsh and critical of that than I am. So some people will basically tell you to get off the stage. So focus on not overplaying. It's a huge part of music. Listen to what's going on around you and practice that way. If you want to make the transition from your lounge room to a blues jam, for example, or some other type of jam night, doesn't matter what type of music it is, but what you want to do is actually go there, have a listen, find some online in your local area. They're all over the world, from what I understand anyway. I've been to them all over the place. And just go there and have a listen. The first 5 or 6 times I went to a blues jam, I didn't even play. I just went there and watched and realized, man, I got a lot to learn. And that's one of those things that will teach you, maybe I should learn a bit more of this, maybe I should learn a bit more than that, and it will give you a frame of reference. Now, a lot of people carry phones with them or whatever, so just hit record, learn some of the grooves that you're hearing, and try and work them out. That's really good constructive practice. The worst type of practice you can do is just get home and noodle over everything. It's not really teaching you any rhythm chops, which is pretty much the fundamental of everything. Learning even simple rhythm stuff will teach you how to solo better as well, because your timing will be better. You'll actually be able to carry the song when the other guitar player is doing a solo, for example, and you'll be able to work things out a whole lot easier once you start hearing those progressions in your head and you can play them easily. It sort of connects the dots musically. I think it's really important for people who have only been playing at home to get out and play in a live situation, because basically everything you do when you're playing with other people in a real world situation is always different to how it is on the CD. This teaches you how to sort of stretch or bend time a little bit, because the timing might not always be good, or the song you're playing might be faster one week, slower the other week. They might throw it as a funk groove, or they might throw it in as a shuffle one week. It will teach you lots and lots. Learn a few of the fundamental chords as well. I think that's a huge thing. Like I mentioned earlier, you don't want to over-strum anything, especially with blues context in mind, and you don't want to over-solo with anything either. So just try and play half of everything that you want to play, at least the first time that you go out playing live. As you develop your confidence and your skill and all of that kind of stuff, you can obviously throw more in and sort of trust your ear. Don't go stepping on anyone's toes. If it's your first time out, just sit behind someone else. I think that's a really good idea. Even if you're a good singer and you're just new to going out and playing live with guitar, I would suggest still just sitting behind someone else and letting them carry the set, and then you doing your thing. After about the 6th or 7th week going to this particular jam night, I was forced up to have a play. I only really knew a few little things on guitar. I could barely get through a 12-bar solo, but they accommodated for me, which was great. There's a lot of support at the particular jam night that I went to. Jam nights are very, very different. That's why I suggest you go down there and see if the band or the host band are playing for themselves or they're getting other people involved. You definitely want to go to one that encourages new people to get up and have a go. The more you play live, the more you'll learn and the more you'll pick up on your strengths and weaknesses as well, and things to improve upon. What really helped me develop my playing to where it is today is essentially recording everything that I did. I used to have one of those mini disc recorders with little stereo microphones. I took that to every jam night. I'd listen back and sort of critique my own playing, and I'd think to myself, oh, it's a bit too much of this, a bit too much of that. I need, it's a bit messy here and there. My rhythm chops aren't very good on this song. So I'd kind of critique it in a constructive way and then go back and practice that sort of stuff and work on my weaknesses. My rhythm chops weren't very good for a long time. Now I think they're one of my strengths. Once you start playing live, it's very hard to stop. The reason is you'll pick up lots of other people and they'll generally help you, and then they'll take bits off you, and you can sort of hear stuff of yours coming out in other players and all that kind of stuff. It's a really good social aspect as well. Something about sitting at home playing just isn't as fulfilling, at least in my opinion, as playing out live. I know some people aren't able to play out live for whatever reason, and that's a whole different thing. But if you're able to do it, it doesn't matter what age you are, whether you're young or old or whatever, or my age, sort of in the middle there. I say in the middle, but anyway. Yeah, get out and play live. I think it's a really good thing for your playing. It will make you a better musician. It will force you into situations you won't get into just sitting at home, even playing to your own CDs. But the whole woodshedding thing is a great place to start. Put on everything that you love to listen to and listen to it over and over. Try to pick out the best things that you can from any of these CDs. That was the approach that I had when I was playing, and I still do that now. I'll chuck a Chris Kane live show on and I'll just try and work out stuff that I'm hearing. I can't work out a lot of that. I've stolen little bits of it over the last year or two anyway. So I still do that. I don't do it as much, but back in the day I did that a lot, and I think you'll probably find most of your favorite players, whether it be Clapton or whoever, they all did that exact same thing. Thanks for watching. My name's Shane. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Don't forget to leave your comments below if there's anything that I missed or something that you think will be added to the conversation. I can also pin that at the top of the comments, so feel free to leave one below. Thanks again. Catch you soon. See ya.